Batting fourth, number 9, Jay Fogel. The designated player, number 24, A. Vincenti. Batting sixth, number 16, M. Seward. Batting seventh, number 13, F. Padilla. Batting eighth, number 20, Addison Rio. Batting ninth, number 5, G. Gusbert. And your flex, number 22, Leah Stevens. And now, for your Flagler Palm Coast Bulldogs. Batting first, number 15, Alexis Hanna. Batting second, number 20, Kendall Cersei. Batting third, number 10, Skylar Ludovici. Batting fourth, number 23, Mackenzie West. Batting fifth, number 2, Lily Dubueno. Batting sixth, number 4, Parker Roberts. Batting seventh, number 5, Layla Sackett. Batting eighth, number 11, Chloe Foster. And batting ninth, number 34, Sadie Shell. Your flex for this evening is number 14, pitching, Ashley Pigeon. If you would, at this time, please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Hey, when we come back after the anthem,
Live from FPC High School, it is Flagler County High School softball, the Shoreline Showdown, the second annual. On our broadcast here, Rich Carroll with Mike Licio. Mike, set the stage here as we already had first pitch.
Let's get to who's at the plate. That's Mackenzie Manhart, who has a 10-game hitting streak coming in. She is hitting .517 on the season. She'll be facing the pitcher, Ashley Pigeon, the future Flagler Saint. So if you're in the Pigeon family and you're listening, this is a voice you're going to get tired of pretty quickly.
Tell me about it. No, I'm just kidding, Mike. As I believe she was hit by the pitch there.
No, they're saying it hit the knob of the bat, so it's 1-2.
Oh, 1-2. So she trotted to first base, but a little confused from Manhart there. She thinks she was hit by the pitch, but she's being asked.
I think you're trying to sell it. It's a veteran move.
There you go. Yeah, Pigeon, that's a name we've heard a lot the last couple of years here in Flagler County.
Yes, and she'll be dueling it out with the future Florida Gator Leah Stevens. Let me give you the Pirates lineup. Mackenzie Manhart will lead off in right. Ruby Fogel bats second at third. Ashley Samsell bats third and center. Juliette Fogel bats fourth. She's the shortstop. Alondra Vincenti is the designated player, batting fifth. Mary Grace Seward is the catcher, batting sixth. Elena Padilla bats seventh and left. Addison Rio eighth at first and batting ninth. Gracie Giesbert,
The 1-ball,
second
2
baseman.
count strike. Oh, it's a high pitch ball, too.
And, of course, in the circle will be Leah Stevens. And then I'll give you the defensive alignment in just a moment.
So Manhart works the count 2-2 here to get the game started.
Ashley Pigeon has the lone Bulldog win of the season. This is an FPC team that's been dealing with some injuries. That's ground.
Just foul.
Just a habit. I'm not.
He's like, I'm ready to go. It's softball,
I'm
man.
not used to working softball with people.
This is my thing.
Big weekend for mine and soon to be Ashley's Flagler Saints. We took 2 out of 3 from the number 8 team in the country, North Georgia, and the one loss was in extra innings. So the Saints, for a moment, were in first place in the Peach Belt Conference. Back here, Matanzas is 8-1. FPC is 1-8.
And she takes a strike 3 called on the outside corner. First strikeout of the game for Pigeon.
And Pigeon has had 34 strikeouts in 19 innings this year. So she has been able to blow hitters away. She has a 2.25 ERA. Struck out 14 in that win against the alma mater.
Ruby Fogel now the third baseman for the Pirates, batting second. That was some cheese on the inside corner there, strike 1.
Ruby hitting .452, no home runs, 11 RBI. Ruby also on the basketball team. Excellent rebounder.
It'll be an 0-1 pitch. Wow. She's throwing heat out there. 0-2.
Well, what I always say, my Saints need pitching. So we never can have enough pitching.
Yeah, that's what they say, right? You can never have enough pitching. Softball, baseball. That is the game. The 0-2 pitch, and it is almost got our camera there.
So
she's trying to,
you
get the
know I don't duck very often, but that one I did. So what you saw in that camera is what I just saw. Mackenzie West behind the plate, Sadie Shell at first.
We still have a broadcast.
Kendall Cersei at second, Skylar Ludovici at short, Parker Roberts at third.
Just a bit outside. And that one is high heat right by Fogel for the second out of the inning.
Chloe Foster in left, Alexis Hanna in center, and Lily Del Bono in right field.
So 2 away here quickly for the Pirates. And you mentioned Pirates having a great season at 8-1. Mike, what is the strength of this Pirate team?
They've got balanced hitting, but they've got a lot of hitting at the top of the order. Manhart hitting .517, Fogel hitting .452. Ashley Samsell is hitting .379. They hit .313 as a team. They also have a .186 ERA as a team. Leah Stevens, the Florida commit, the pitcher, 73 strikeouts versus 2 walks this year in 32 innings. So they have a complete team. They're a senior team. They're a veteran team. This is a fairly young FPC team who's also dealt with some injuries. So better than the record would indicate, but the combination of a young team and injuries have hurt them early this year. In fact, This is the first time we've seen Ashley Pigeon.
Samsel takes that low, so 3-0 here after the first two were gone quickly. Samsel working the count into a hitter's favor here.
First time in 22 days that Ashley Pigeon has played.
And she would be the ace of the staff here at FPC.
Yes, the former ace.
And that one is skied to center field. Should be an easy play, and it is, and that will do it. 3 up, 3 down for the Pirates with FPC coming to bat. You're watching Flagler County High School softball, the Shoreline Showdown on the WNZF Sports Network. Back here at FPC High School, the Shoreline Showdown, the FPC Bulldogs, Matanzas Pirates. Their only matchup this season for softball bragging rights in Flagler County. 3 up, 3 down for the Pirates in the first inning. Bulldogs up to bat here.
Alexis Hanna, 2-11 on the season. No home runs, no RBIs, leads off. She also is on the volleyball team here at FPC. I'll get you the rest of the lineup in just a moment.
And she is far up in the batter's box.
Facing Leah Stevens, the Florida commit, who is 6-0 with a .66 ERA. 73 strikeouts in 32 innings. Leah's got 7 hits at the plate and only allowed 9 in the circle.
Wow. And she misses 2-0.
So Alexis Hanna will lead off in center. Kendall Searcy at second, bats second. Skylar Ludovici at third.
And a 3-0 count to lead off the game here.
Skylar Ludovici bats third at short. Now, Leah Stevens had been out with a little bit of an injury, so she is coming back.
Hannah steps in, 3-0 count.
She had missed the last 3 games.
Takes that one for a strike, 3-1. Get it over fastball there from Stevens.
Mackenzie West is a cleanup hitter. Lily Del Bono in right field, batting 5th. Batting 6th, Parker Roberts at 3rd. Layla Sackett is the designated player.
And now it's a 3-2 count.
She bats 7th. Batting 8th is Chloe Foster in left. Batting 9th at first base is Sadie Shell. And then the flex player is the pitcher, Ashley Pigeon.
Good at bat here from Hannah to lead off the game. It's a full count pitch from Stevens is swung on and missed. So Hannah leads off the game with a strikeout.
Leah's had a 21 strikeout game, a 19 strikeout game, and a 16 strikeout game this season.
And she's off to a good start here.
So Kendall Searcy is 1 for 8 on the season as she steps in.
Stevens deals. That one misses up and away, 1-0. And I believe FPC won this game last year, right?
Matanzas 5-3.
Matanzas won last year. And that one just catches the top of the zone. Oh, no, he called it a ball. Scoreboard says 3-0.
I think it should be 2-1.
2-1. Okay, so I'm going to stop following the scoreboard there, as that one is in the dirt.
I believe it's, well, maybe not, because he didn't send it at first, so maybe I'm wrong. Wouldn't be the first time.
Scoreboard says 3-1 here. Pitch, and that one catches the outside corner. Beautiful pitch there from Stevens.
Leah, 2 years ago, had a stroke, and an actual stroke, and missed her entire sophomore year. Kind of fell behind in the recruiting process, but Florida, she had 2 offers, Emory-Riddle, and then Florida offered her.
And another strikeout here, so 2 straight strikeouts to start the game for Stevens.
And that is her 75th of the season. That brings up the Montreat College commit, Skylar Ludovici.
So 2 up, 2 down here, 2 quick strikeouts for Stevens. Just underway, bottom of the first inning from FPC High School, no score.
Skylar, 2 RBIs, no home runs, hitting .250.
And that one poured right over the heart of the plate for a strike.
Mary Grace Seward behind the plate. Addison Rio at first. Gracie Giesbert at second. Juliet Fogels, the shortstop. Ruby Fogels at third, her sister. In left field is Elena Padilla.
That one swung on and missed. Some movement on that pitch. Had Ludovici a little out of front there.
Ashley Samsell is in center. And Mackenzie Manhart's in right.
Stevens deals. Another one poured right over the heart of the plate, and she strikes out the side to get it started here in the bottom of the first inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Pirates. Excuse me, for the Bulldogs. No score at the end of 1. You're watching Flagler County High School softball on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. Back here at FPC High School, Rich Carroll, Mike Licio with you. The Shoreline Showdown, Matanzas Pirates, FPC Bulldogs. A battle for softball bragging rights in Flagler County. Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and show the power of local sports in Flagler County as Pigeon deals the first pitch of the second inning, and it's a called strike.
Juliet Fogel will be followed by Alondra Vincenti and Mary Grace Seward. Juliet is a St. John's River State commit, so she'll be headed down 100 to Palaca next year.
The 0-1 pitch. That one misses. Oh, it's a strike on the inside corner. Just clips the corner. 0-2.
St. John's River State, a national championship caliber JUCO program.
We have 2 pitchers really dealing early in this game right now. Pigeon misses that time.
I can hear Rich's heart stop every time one gets past him. Oh, right. Nope, that is right.
The backstop is really close on the softball field, so our cameras are closer to the action than usual.
This is beautiful, though.
Yeah, it is a great look. Well, thanks for catching that one as it misses high and away. That one was headed right for me.
Mackenzie West does a great job behind the plate.
Count even now at 2-2. That one is lined into right center. One away.
Lily Dobono comes up with that one. Brings up Alondra Vincenti. Alondra, 150 on the year, no home runs, 3 RBIs. But
that was the best contact we've seen off of Pigeon so far here tonight. That one misses inside. Is Vincenti playing catcher today?
Alondra is the designated player.
She's the designated player here. She has a 1-0 count, one away here in the top of the second inning. Pigeon deals, misses inside again, 2-0. Pigeon throws strikes, so with a 2-0 count, got to gear up for one right down the plate. And there it is, and she grounds it to third. Nice play out there. Grow across the diamond, not fielded. And she'll take second base easily on what might be a throwing error.
Yeah, that's a tough one because Sadie Shell wants to scoop it, and she is looking right into the sun. We'll check with the official score on that one.
She made a nice play to field it on the short hop. So the Pirates have their first base runner with one away. So a runner in scoring position, one away for Seward, Mary Grace Seward.
Mary Grace Seward, I interviewed her earlier in the season after that victory. She had 2 hits against St. Augustine. No home runs, 5 RBI.
So now Pigeon will have to try to pitch around the error. That one misses away. And now a conversation.
And that was an error charge to Parker Roberts at third base.
That's one of those plays, if the first baseman does come up with it, you buy them dinner. Thanks for that one.
And that's a tough one because this time of day,
Yeah, the sun is right in the first base.
Sadie's looking directly into the sun on that one, so it's got to be a perfect throw.
It's a tough one. Pitch misses just high. 2-0. So Pigeon falling behind first couple of batters here in the second inning. That one catches the outside corner. A little bit of a delayed call from the umpire.
I wonder if it's those inside pitchers are getting him with the sun.
Those are some of my favorite Yankee broadcasts, was when the umpire was slow at the call, and it would upset John Sterling so much. You know?
It upsets Mike Licio, too.
That one misses away, 3-1.
Elena Padilla on deck.
3 balls, 1 strike, runner at second base, 1 out. Pirates with their first scoring opportunity. And that one misses, so now 2 runners on, 1 out for Elena Padilla.
Ashley Pigeon's first walk of the day. Padilla comes in hitting .455 on the season, 5 for 9.
Wow. So she is hot. The batter you want at the plate right now if you're the Pirates, with an early scoring opportunity against a great pitcher. This is a big moment in this game. Will the Pirates be able to take advantage of this early scoring opportunity?
Padilla has 5 RBIs in 10 games, so she's been productive in those situations.
Pigeon seems to be missing in the same spot there, just missing on the inside corner. Not getting that call here in the top of the second inning. She deals. That one is grounded foul. 1-1.
Vincenti is at second. Seward has been run for at first. Courtesy runner Jordan Cruz is the pinch runner. So in softball, just like in high school baseball, you can have a pinch runner come in for your pitcher and catcher.
It'll be a 1-1. That one catches the outside corner. And this is where, if you're a Pigeon, you really want to get this strikeout here, keep those runners at first and second, get to the next one. Pitch is on its way and just misses low and away. 2-2.
Good drop there, but couldn't get Padilla to bite.
Good patience from Padilla there. That's a tough pitch to take. Pigeon deals a 2-2, and it's that same spot again, 3-2.
And some of this is probably shaking the rust off for Ashley Pigeon. Again, this is the first time she's played in about 3 weeks.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at first and second. Top of the second. Pitch misses away. Back-to-back walks after an error. Has the bases loaded for the Pirates.
And that brings up Addison Rio. Addison had a 3-game hitting streak snapped against the Land last night, but she is hitting .222 on the season.
So now the plot thickens here in the top of the second inning. Bases loaded, only 1 out for the Pirates. Pigeon deals, and that one in the dirt. Nice job by the catcher to keep it in front of her.
Rio started off the season 0 for her first 7. She's hitting .364 since.
So Rio steps out of the box here.
Vincenti at third, Cruz at second, and Padilla at first.
Rio steps back in the box. She's ready now. It's a 1-0 count, 1 out. Bases loaded for the Pirates. No score here in the top of the second inning. Pigeon deals. That one nails the outside corner, 1-1. It'll be a 1-1 pitch here with 1 out.
Remember 2 years ago, Sabrina Manhart had a very young team. She said this team is about 2 years away. Well, 2 years is here, and they are 8-1.
Padilla takes that one on the outside corner. That is paint right there from Pigeon. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 strike away from keeping the bases loaded and getting that second out.
She'll be trading in her green and white for the red and gold of the Flagler Saints next year.
Pigeon deals and misses up and away. So now 2-2. Like you said, that's rust right there. It's an overthrow. Trying to get that strikeout. You can tell she's pumped up out there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded. Pitch misses inside, in danger of walking her 3rd straight batter and walking in the first run of the game.
Yeah, and Pigeon wanted that one. She wanted to make sure. She checked with her catcher to see what the call was, and the umpire told Mackenzie West it was a little inside, trying to get that to snap back over.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded. Pigeon deals, and it's bunted at foul, and she is out on the strikeout after the bunt attempt with 2 strikes. So an interesting decision there.
On a full count.
Yeah. So in a way, bails Pigeon out. And now there are 2 away with the bases loaded for the Pirates.
Gracie Giesbert, 182 on the year, no home runs, 3 RBI.
If she's able to lay it down, it's a difficult play for the defense. There's no doubt about it. But if you're going to bunt with 2 strikes, you got to make sure you get it.
So the infield cheating in because Gracie most certainly will be bunting. She has 2 sacrifices already this year.
Going to get the 2-out bunt with the bases loaded here. The pitch misses away. And if you're the Bulldogs, now you have to field the baseball.
This is why I could never play third base or first base in the softball, but especially third base, because first base charges in a lot. Third base charges in almost once in at bat, if not every pitch.
I love third base in softball. It's the best position. Pitch just clips the outside corner. When I played a lot of softball, there'd be a lot of bruises on the chest, Mike. A lot of bruises.
That ball comes at you quick.
Yep. Just keep it in front of you.
Vincenti at third, Jordan Cruz at second, and Elena Padilla at first.
Pitch, and that one catches the outside corner. So paint from Ashley Pigeon here, and she is one strike away from pitching out of this mega jam in the top of the second inning. Bases loaded for the Pirates. Pigeon one strike away from getting out of it. The pitch. And it swung on and missed, and she does it. Bulldogs get out of it. The Pirates leave the bases loaded in the top of the second inning. Still no score. You're watching Flagler County High School softball on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. FPC High School, Rich Carroll, Mike Licio with you as the Bulldogs take on the Pirates in this game for softball bragging rights. No score after an inning and a half.
The county's home run leader, Mackenzie West, steps up. She has 2 on the year to go along with 7 RBIs and a .238 batting average. In a little bit of a slump right now.
It would feel good to hit one out of this park right now for the Bulldogs after getting out of that jam. First pitch is a strike from Leah Stevens. And that one in the dirt. The umpire wasn't sure where it was.
I mean, it's coming back at you quickly, especially Leah Stevens. Not just any college, the #1 ranked college in the nation she is headed to.
She's throwing the ball hard out there. And that one nails the outside corner. 1-2.
You know, and Leah, like I said, she hasn't played in 3 games either, so she's shaking off a little rust herself.
Now what does the rest look like, Mike, in a softball season like this for a pitcher?
I'll give you a hint.
Ooh, swinging at the high heat. Strike 3. Another strikeout for Leah Stevens.
So in the game I did last week, one of the series I did for Flagler College in North Georgia's pitcher threw 143 pitches in a start in game 1, threw 48 in relief in game 2, and threw 217 in game 3.
Wow. So I guess they're like knuckleball pitchers. You could keep running them out there.
I would say so, but it gets to a certain point.
Right.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think in college, I think in high school, I think there is a pitch limit. I don't remember if it's what the limit is, but I believe there is a pitch limit at the high school level.
And she is throwing gas right now, right by him, 0-2.
And the most pitches I'd seen thrown in a day in 8 seasons doing softball was 187. She threw 191. Angelina Badalaman. And then the next day threw 217 in 1 game.
And that one nails the outside corner. She is dealing out there.
5 strikeouts, 2 of them looking.
So we are seeing quite a display of pitching here so far. What a great job last inning
Parker Roberts now up.
by Ashley Pigeon to get out of that jam, and just utter dominance from Stevens here in the bottom half.
208 on the season, but 4 for 9 in her last 3 games.
That one poured right over, or right down, in the words of Mike Licio, Belterre Parkway.
Close. Wrong street.
Was it the wrong
But
street?
you have your street, I have mine.
It's Belterre Boulevard, by the way, swing on a miss, and it's Palm Coast Parkway.
Well,
And I live in this county.
It depends on where you are. It's Belterre Parkway to a certain point, too. I always say down Palm Coast Parkway here, and then in Flagler, I say right down St. George Street. I had a parent turn to me and say, where the bleep is that?
We have a new another strike tossed by Leah Stevens there. The domination continues, and that'll do it here in the bottom of the second inning. Still no score from FPC High School. You're watching Flagler County High School softball on the WNZF Sports Network.
Mike Licio, Rich Carroll here with you at the newly refurbished, I would almost say completely renovated. I don't even know if I'd call this a refurbishment.
It's beautiful.
Of Bulldog Field. The top of the order coming up this inning for the Pirates, Mackenzie Manhart, Ruby Fogel, and Ashley Samsell. The future Flagler Saint, Ashley Pigeon, continues in the circle. Mackenzie Manhart struck out looking her first time up. She is currently on a 10-game hitting streak to start the season.
See if the Pirates can get something going after leaving the bases loaded in the top of the second.
Pigeon's first pitch at the knees for a strike. Pigeon has struck out 4 through 2 innings.
And she did a tremendous job getting out of that jam, keeping the Bulldogs in this game. And here we are, top of the third inning, no score. Against
Manhart sends that into center field. It's going to be cut off at the edge of the infield by Cersei, but it is the first hit of the game, and Mackenzie Manhart extends her hitting streak to 11 games.
Pirate leadoff hitter leads off the top of the third with a base hit.
Ruby Fogel comes up now. She struck out her first time up.
And what are the rules for stealing bases here, Mike?
You can't leave until the pitcher has released or gone into her windup.
Nice bunt.
Look at Sadie Shell from her knees over to first, and couldn't be handled by the second baseman, Cersei. That's Sadie Shell coming off a knee injury wearing a knee brace, and now the runner goes to second base.
And that was all started with the heads-up base running there from Manhart, who she saw the ball was dropped at first base and quickly took third.
So that is an E4. Fogel reaches on and goes to second.
So sloppy fielding once again has the Bulldogs in trouble, this time in the top of the third.
That was a great play by Shell. Again, she's doing that with a knee brace. I asked her, is it harder with the knee brace? She had a knee injury at the end of fall ball, so she really kind of just got cleared to play as the season started. So she's diving into the deep end of the pool.
Wow.
And I asked her, I said, with the brace and all that, is it harder to hit or field? She says, well, it's first base. You just stand there and catch the ball. Which I told her a story. She doesn't know who Jimmy Fox is, but Jimmy Fox once told Joe Cronin, the Red Sox manager in the 30s, who was planning to play Jimmy Fox, and asked him, well, how do I play first base? He says, listen, Joe, just make sure your foot's on the bag when you catch the ball.
Sometimes you need those cool baseball and softball about accessories. You need those big sunglasses over there.
Ashley Samsell, who's also going to Florida as a student. Her dream was always to go to Florida, and so she's doing it. She's on the volleyball team. She actually has the lone Pirate home run of the season.
She doesn't play any basketball. Very tall.
Travis Boone tried very hard to recruit her last year. That is a fly ball to center field. Track, wall, off the wall. Hannah picks it up. Manhart scores. In the score is Fogel. And it's a 2-run double for Ashley Samsell. But to finish the thought, yes, she was heavily recruited by both Ethan Buchanan and Travis Boone for basketball.
And that was a shot, Mike, to straightaway center field there. She got all of that one.
Juliet Fogel comes up. Juliet and Ruby moved here from New Jersey 2 years ago, and I asked Ruby what she misses most, and she said, pizza.
Yes.
I don't want
taking third base. And that time.
And Ashley Samsell.
So heads up base running, catching the Bulldogs sleeping
caught
there
the
that
announcer
time.
napping, too, because I was watching the throw back, and that's her second stolen base of the season, and Matanzas is staying aggressive. So Samsell the third. Pitch was a ball. 1-0 to Fogel. On the inside corner for a strike, 1-1.
Yeah, caught me sleeping there, too. I was struggling to get that third base camera. A quick switch it. Great base running that
So
time.
Samsell is on third. Still no one out here in the top of the third.
That's when a talented baseball player just creates a run. You know, you got the big double, and now you take third.
Cut on and missed, 1-2.
Still nobody out here.
One of Juliet's goals at St. John's next year, win a national championship, as the Vikings have done over the past few years. And that
one
hits
gets
her.
away. I thought it got away. I didn't even see it hit her. The sun is right in my face,
Well,
too.
the umpire seems to.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Okay. Or is he trying to say?
She didn't avoid it.
Yeah.
And so he's saying that she didn't avoid it.
It's kind of hard. This ball is coming in fast.
You know, it's about 40 feet once the pitcher's released it. It's 46 feet from home plate to the rubber, and then 60 feet to the bases.
You know, and that ball's coming in pretty hard. I mean, Juliet Fogel's a great softball player, but I don't think she has spidey sense, you know, so I don't know.
So we'll see what the appeal is here. And they're going to say she's.
I'm not sure if I agree with that call.
They say she was out. So
that's a rough one to eat a fastball like that and get called out.
So I believe it goes down as strikeout number 5 for pitching, but I am the world's worst scorer.
So that gets the Bulldogs their first out of the inning. That's a big out.
Yeah, and that brings up Alondra Vincenti, who reached on an error her first time up.
So Samsell still standing at third base there.
Nobody to join her, though, at first. That's a pop-up. There was just a sliver. It looks like the angle of the net would cover us, but we know I don't like pop-ups. That's fouled back for strike 1 by Vincenti.
We should start announcer cam, right? We should wear GoPros on our hats and get that in the feed, too, so you can see what we see as we try to avoid the foul balls.
Man, Mike spends a lot of time looking at the concession stand. That's popped up.
All right, back here again.
As Alondra Vincenti continues to assault the crowd.
So this is big for Ashley Pigeon here. You have a no ball, 2-strike count with a runner at third base, 1 out. If you get this strikeout, you have a good chance of getting out of here with no more damage.
And here's the 0-2. Skipped in, gets away from West. Samsell holds at third.
Yeah, not far enough away, even with Samsell's speed.
So it's 1-2. Trying to get the 10th grader to chase.
Yeah, that's a good waste pitch on an 0-2 count.
Sam Sell, the runner at third. One out. The pitch popped up over second base. Cersei has it, checks the runner, and fires a strike to West. There's 2 away.
So that's a big pitch there from Pigeon to get the infield fly there and get 2 outs. And now she has a real shot at stranding Sam Sell at third.
Mary Grace Seward showed a good eye at the plate. 5 walks in 27 plate appearances.
I would try to bunt the ball down the third base line here, as they have struggled getting the ball across the diamond for the out with that sun in the first baseman's eyes.
That is a strike to start her. Pitching her inside, maybe trying to make sure that if she does bunt, she's bunting towards the first base line.
Make it really difficult to bunt it down the third base line with that pitch.
Sam Sell, the runner at third on 0-1. Cut on and missed, 0-2.
It's just tough, period, to bunt a ball that's coming at you that fast.
The 0-2 pitch to Seward. Blows it by her for strike 3, and the side is retired. The Pirates get 2, though. They lead 2-0 over FPC here in the Shoreline Showdown on the WNZF Sports Network. Bulldogs come up here in the bottom of the third. They'll go 7, 8, and 9. They'll have Sackett, Layla Sackett, followed by Chloe Foster and Sadie Shell. Sackett comes in 182 on the season, no home runs, 2 RBIs, but hitting .250 in her last 3 games.
Bulldogs have done a good job staying in this game. However, they have to solve the puzzle of Leah Stevens to get back into it fully.
6 strikeouts through 2 innings and sends that one right down Moody Boulevard to start the inning. The 0-1, Byer for 0-2. Stevens a ball away from an immaculate inning last inning.
Boy, I see that number 22 out there. I think the Rocket throwing that heat.
And you should. That one's on the
Look
corner,
at that.
and that's going to go. Whew. That is the 4th straight strikeout looking for Leah Stevens, the 7th in the game.
The entire infield out there giving their secret handshakes and pumped up about what Stevens is doing on the mound.
As I said many times, she'll be playing for Tim Walton in Florida. He doesn't like to be asked about pitchers. I found that out firsthand.
Really?
Yeah. In the NCAA regional last year, I went down and asked him about. I had some inside information as that pitch was a ball. My cousin plays for Gulf Coast, and both games against Gulf Coast, he switched pitchers when Emily came up to bat, and I asked him about it, and he didn't want to answer it. It's 2-0. I asked him with a 4-run lead in the 7th inning, would you think about keeping your starting pitcher in? And he said nope, and then walked out.
Well, at least he answered the question.
So I guess. Cut on and missed. It's 2-1 to Chloe Foster. Chloe 111 on the year, but hitting 286 over her last 3 games.
Leah Stevens just untouchable right now. Oof.
And that is upstairs. Did she go? She did not. 3-1.
That's just, when the ball is eye level like that, it's so hard to lay off, especially when you start to swing. It's very impressive that she was able to check that time.
I only remember 1 foul ball. So that one stays up. And that is a walk.
Wow.
So the Bulldogs have yet to put a ball in play, but they've got their first runner of the game, Chloe Foster, and that brings up the senior, Sadie Shell. Sadie will be headed to Kaiser University next year. That is fouled off.
Right off the fist.
Sadie hitting 286 with an RBI.
And as a hitter, there's just nothing you can do with that pitch but fight it off and try again.
If Sadie was a little further along in her comeback, she'd probably be batting way higher in the order as that one buzzes the tower, and it's 1-1.
I don't think I'd like to stand in there against Leah Stevens. She is throwing hard.
It's 1-1. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
She got a piece of that one.
Yeah.
It's 1-2. If you're wondering, Chloe Foster has been caught stealing in her only stolen base attempt this year.
And it's a good question. Do you want to be aggressive here and try to get into scoring position? Runs are going to be at a premium.
And that's a hit to right field. That's going to drop in front of Mackenzie Manhart, and it's a single for Sadie Shell, the first hit of the game.
And that time, a little inside-out swing, beautiful hitting there.
It's called a 2-strike approach.
Yeah, let that ball travel deep and inside-out swing.
A lot easier to let that ball travel deep when Leah Stevens is out there.
Not sure if it was on purpose, but see, we used to watch Derek Jeter do that all the time. 2-strike approach, take that ball to right field.
So Foster the second.
That was
Shell the first, and then there's a pinch runner for her. That's Haley Baltzy.
We saw the pitch before. He got in the kitchen there. She got in the kitchen there, and right off the fist. That time she starts to swing a little earlier and was able to dunk it into right field for a base hit, first hit of the ball game for the Bulldogs.
Quite logical to pinch run for the young lady who has a knee brace on. So Haley Baltzy comes in the run at first. Chloe Foster's at second there. Already. Umpire just getting the changes right on his lineup card.
Should mention both sides of the stands, bleachers just packed here for this one. The Pirate fans and Bulldog fans showed up for this game here tonight, the Shoreline Showdown.
Sadie Shell now hitting 375 over her last 5 games, so she's starting to get back in the form. That was just the 10th hit allowed by Leah Stevens in 21 innings.
There's a great opportunity here for the Bulldogs to get back in this one.
Hannah struck out her first time up.
She had a good at-bat, though.
She did. She got to a full count. First pitch, drops a bunt, pops up, and bounces foul. Sometimes those are the hard ones to locate. So the runners return to their bases, and it's strike one. Foster at second. Baltzy at first.
Good idea that time.
Hannah at the plate. Hannah with 4 sacrifices this year. That one upstairs, 1-1. That one in for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 out here in the third. Leah Stevens retired the first 7 hitters by strikeout. That one just misses. 2-2 inside.
That's, again, a tough pitch to take. Great job by Alexis Hanna there, taking that pitch in this big spot in the ballgame.
And that one catches the corner. And down looking goes Hanna. She strikes out for the second time. Strikeout number 8 for Stevens.
That is just a perfect pitch that time from Leah Stevens. 2-2 count, runners at first and second, 1 out, and just paints the outside corner. Amazing pitching.
Kendall Searcy struck out her last time up. She is 0 for 1. That one just high at the letters, ball 1. Chloe Foster at second. Haley Baltzy at first. Pirates lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the third, but the Bulldogs.
There's a shot of that sun there that the first baseman has to deal with.
And that one on the inside corner for strike 1.
Count evens up at 1-1.
Stevens wasting no time. Right back by her for strike 2.
Just overpowering here so far.
She has 81 strikeouts in 35 innings. Make it 82 as the side is retired. FPC threatens. But Leah Stevens gets back-to-back strikeouts to get out of a jam. 3 innings complete. FPC trails Matanzas 2-0 here on the WNZF Sports Network. Top of the fourth, and a great night to be here and then go home and pop on the YouTube, watch the game, and subscribe on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. We'll start the fourth for the Pirates with Elena Padilla, Addison Rio, and Gracie Giesbert. Sadie Schell has re-entered the game at first base.
See if the Pirates can add to their lead here. Right now, very close game, 2-0. Bulldogs doing a good job to stay in this one. Pirates having a big year right now, 8-1 on the year, so they are the favorites here tonight. But the Bulldogs are battling.
That one low for a ball. Ashley Pigeon continues in the circle. 2 runs, 1 of them earned on 2 hits. She struck out 5 and walked 2. Padilla was one of those walks her last time up. Back in the second. Infielders cheat in. Shows bunt, pops it up. Right back to Pigeon, and there's 1 away. That brings up Addison Rio for the second time. Addison struck out her first time up. Matanzas defeated DeLand last night for their 8th win in the season. Excuse me, 9th win. They're 9-1. I keep saying 8-1. They're 9-1. As that is a ball. And it's 1-0.
Yeah, Ashley Pigeon has also been great here tonight. She's been dominating.
My daughter just texted me Russell Wilson signed with the Giants.
Oh, wow.
That's cut on and missed. Thanks, Gab.
I heard that might happen. It makes sense. The Winston signing makes sense now.
Gabby says he should just retire. You know, I'll take a bullet and go play for the Giants for $10 million.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here in the 4th, Pigeon steps back as soon as Rio steps in. A little gamesmanship here, maybe. I don't know.
The problem for the Giants is he's a bridge quarterback, but a bridge to what?
Yeah. They just signed Jameis Winston, and they have Tommy DeVito. That's a very interesting quarterback room. I wouldn't want to be that quarterback coach. Not because of the players, but the personalities.
Yeah.
It's a lot of personality in that locker room, in that quarterback room.
I think the Giants might surprise some people this year.
I'm going to hold you to that. It's 2-1.
Surprise in the
Rio?
sense of maybe a top 9 team. We're
Cut
not
on
talking
and
playoffs
missed.
here, Mike.
2-2. Top 9 in the NFC East.
Yeah. Well,
Wait, you're doing the math
Yeah.
there. Wait a minute.
top 9 in the East. That's right.
Caught you napping there. Two-two pitch from Pigeon. Cut on and missed. And there's 2 away.
That ball had a little tailing action at the end there, going away from the hitter. That was a beautiful pitch. Almost a slider or cutter type action.
And that'll bring up Gracie Giesbert, who struck out her first time up. Thus far, that one upstairs, ball 1. Thus far, we have 20 outs in the game, and 18 of them have been by strikeout.
That's incredible. Both of these pitchers dominating in this game. Oh,
That one,
buzzed the tower
yeah.
there.
That's still coming in there hard. It's 2-0.
It's the old chin music there. Yeah, if not for some walks and a couple of errors, this might be a no-score game right now.
It's 2-1. Excuse me, it's 3-0.
And Ashley Pigeon has had a few moments in this game where she has lost the strike zone, but she's bounced back well.
And she's had some issues. She's thrown that one on the corner for a strike 3-1. She came in with 11 walks in 18 innings. So she's going to strike out a lot. She has a 3-1 strikeout to walk ratio. 33 strikeouts coming in. Now 40 on the season. And that's outside, and now it's 3-2. So it was 2-1. I was right. Stop looking at the scoreboard. Just trust my scoreboard. It was 2-1 when I thought it was 3-0. So the count is full. Back to the top of the order with Mackenzie Manhart, should the inning continue. Cut on and missed. Strikeout number 8. That's 6 in a row retired by Pigeon. We're halfway home. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-0. Matanzas leads FPC on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. we'll figure it out as we go. So we have a pitching change. Ashley Samsell comes in from center field to make her 6th appearance of the year, her 2nd out of the bullpen. She's 3-1 with a 2.91 ERA. We'll get the rest of the changes as soon as they are updated in the system. First pitch from Samsell to Skylar Ludovici is a strike. Ludovici struck out her first time up. So Leah Stevens finishes her day with 9 strikeouts, 1 walk, no runs on a hit.
The Bulldogs are not upset to see her leave the game.
That is a fly ball to right field. Track to the wall. Manhart trying to corral it. Ludovici rounding for third. Throw is in. Into third. She slides, and it's a leadoff triple for Skylar Ludovici.
What a shot to the right center field gap to get this inning started.
And that brings up Mackenzie West, who struck out looking her first time up.
Now she represents the tying run in the batter's box. That was some shot.
Yeah, there's still no updates on either team's game changer to what happened, but West struck out her first time up looking. Takes that one just low at the knees for ball 1.
Had some good movement on that pitch too, good downward movement.
Ashley, a veteran, 4 years on the team. That one, same spot, strike 1.
She gets the call that time. It's a good looking pitch. She wants to keep it down there because she doesn't want her to elevate the ball.
And Mackenzie West has 2 home runs already on the season. That's a fly ball to right field. That's going to stay fair. And that is an RBI single for Mackenzie West, and it's 2-1 on Mackenzie West, 8th RBI of the season.
So she dunks it into right field for a ribby single, and just like that, the Bulldogs are back in this one.
And now Alondra Vincenti out to the circle as Lily Del Bono is going to step in.
Now you turn your focus, if you're the Bulldogs, into trying to have a big inning here. You have a runner at first base, nobody out. Just scored your first run of the game. Keep that momentum going.
Now, just for people at home to know, pitchers can re-enter the game. So Leah Stevens is done for the moment. That doesn't mean she's done for the night necessarily.
That's an interesting fact. So theoretically, could you bring Leah Stevens back in to close the game?
You could.
Wow.
That's actually what happened Saturday. The pitcher came in relief and then was relieved by the starter, because that's fouled off by Lily Del Bono.
Yeah, the Pirates are playing far up in on the corners, expecting a bunt here.
Mackenzie West does have a stolen base this year. She has also been caught stealing once. That's upstairs, 1-1. Run scored for Skylar Ludovici. Was her 6th of the year. Lily shows bunt, popped up. Great effort, diving attempt there by Ruby Fogel, but it falls foul. Still not sure who. Looks like Elena Padilla has moved to center field. So let's see, that's Padilla, Samsell. I don't know who's in left though. Might be Jordan Cruz, I think might be, I'm not sure. 1-2 pitch here, cut on and missed. Strikeout number 1 for Samsell, and there's one away.
So after the triple and the single, Samsell bounces back with the strikeout.
Brings up Parker Roberts. Roberts was 2 of 3 against Moon Area High School. John Calipari's high school, by the way. That is a grounder to second. Giesberg flips it over to second, short in time Fogel steps on the bag, and Mackenzie West is out on the fielder's choice. Roberts to first.
Good job by the Pirates there, making sure they got the lead runner. Now 2 away with a runner at first for the Bulldogs.
And that brings up Layla Sackett. Sackett struck out her first time up. Of course, the first 7 hitters struck out their first time up. First pitch from Samsell upstairs, throws behind the runner. She's back. The throw gets away, but rolls towards Giesbert at second, and she gets it back to Samsell. It's a good catcher checking on those runners.
Got to keep them honest over there.
1-0 pitch. Gets that one by her. 1-1.
Great location on that pitch on the outside corner. Hard to handle that one.
Most softball teams have between 2 and 3 pitchers. You'll see Skylar Ludovici and Ashley Pigeon do most of the pitching for Flagler, as that is cut on and missed for strike 2. And then for Matanzas, it's the 2 seniors, Stevens and Samsell. And then Trinity Wright, the freshman, has gotten some work as well.
Great pitching from Sam. So they're changing the zones, outside corner, inside corner.
That time she goes inside. It's a roller back up the middle. She gets down, flips it over to first in time, and the side is retired. 4 innings complete. FPC gets one back. They trail 2-1 on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel and the WNZF Sports Network. Top of the 5th, top of the order. Ashley Pigeon deals to Mackenzie Manhart. First pitch, right down Palm Coast Parkway for strike 1.
There it is. I've been waiting for that one, Mike.
You missed Moody Boulevard earlier. It's 1 for 2 for Manhart. She's singled and scored.
Radio station is on Moody Boulevard, so it's a good one.
Manhart will be followed by Ruby Fogel as that's fouled out of play. And Ashley Samsell. So got the defensive changes made for Matanzas. Elena Padilla moves from left to center. Ashley Samsell moves from center to pitcher. And then the new left fielder in the flex position is Jordan Cruz. She comes in the flex. That is cut on and missed. Strikeout number 8 for Pigeon. Check my math here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. How about that? 2, 4, 6.
And
Nope.
she's doing a
Strikeout
tremendous
number
job
9. I'm sorry.
keeping the Bulldogs in this game. Pirates have not been able to add on, tack on runs to that lead. So Bulldogs are in this one, and if Pigeon can keep pitching the way she's pitching, who knows what can happen in this game.
Ruby Fogel takes strike 1. Ruby reached on an error her last time up, struck out her first time up. Cuts on that one and misses. And it's quickly 0-2.
So Shoreline Showdown last year was a tight one. This year looks like it's going to go down to the wire again.
As we know, in these games, I'm always neutral, but I am loving what I am seeing from Ashley Pigeon from the standpoint as the voice of the Saints. I'm looking forward to what I'm going to see next year. The Ancient City Bombers, I call them, by the way.
I like that.
7th in the nation in home runs last year. The 1-2. Cut on and missed. 2 away.
It's just beautiful location there. There's not much you can do as a hitter with that pitch. The hard stuff on the inside corner.
Strikeout number 10 for Pigeon.
It's just perfect.
Now, this
pitch.
lady has the shirt right here. She's got a St. Augustine High School shirt on. Class of 1999.
Oh, yeah? I didn't graduate from there. But
That's okay.
there now.
It's a great looking shirt.
Thanks. Most of them be watching their games.
I'm surprised you don't already know her, Mike. It's,
Well, you know, there's very few people in St. John's I don't, but
Well, are you going to be coming to the innings for Cancer game, the Pedro St. Augustine High game? That
uh-oh, Mike, now you stepped in it.
what day?
April 10th.
I'll have to check my calendar. I was the voice of the baseball team for 6 years, actually.
Yeah?
It's 1-1 to Ashley Samsell, who has a 2-run double.
It's all of a sudden a Coen Brothers movie with 3 different conversations going on at once. I love it.
I miss doing St. Augustine baseball. 6 years. I used to call it the best seat in the house. By the way, while I'm tooting my own horn here, St. Augustine High School in their entire existence has won 2 playoff games. You
Wow.
Baseball or softball?
Baseball. And you know who the announcer was for both those games?
I wonder.
I wonder, you know, school opened in 1959. Of course, I'm going to brag on that. It's 2-1 to Samsell here. Samsell with a 2-run double. Chops that one foul.
Also did a great job in relief there for Leah Stevens last inning. And, yeah, she had the 2-run double, stole third base, but she was stranded there.
The third leading hitter on the team. The leader in home runs. Second on the team. And, well, now she's tied for the lead in RBIs. Fouls that one
right
back.
here. And as you mentioned, a great volleyball player as well, right?
Yes.
So
For
multi-sport
Coach
athlete.
Moses, in fact, their last 2 years, they've had their highest win totals in school history. And Ashley was a big part of that. Alexis Hanna over in center field was a big part of the resurgence of the FPC volleyball team this year. That is back up the middle. Little top spin on that one. Pigeon fields it over to first in time, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Matanzas leads 2-1 here on the WNZF Sports Network and the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. You won't want to be anywhere else. Back here, bottom of the 5th. Ashley Samsell continues the deal. Starts off a strike to Chloe Foster, who walked her first time up.
And if you're the Bulldogs, you still have plenty of time. However, it is starting to get late. 9 outs left to play with.
You're only down one. One swing could be the difference. Samsell takes that one, throws it low. 1-1. She walked her first time up, Foster did. That one inside 2-1. Busy night here at FPC. We've got boys weightlifting districts in the 800 gym. We've got flag football over behind us.
How the flag football team's doing this year, Mike?
They're doing all right. They had a game. Their game had to be rescheduled. It'll be played later. Will be played in April, actually, as that is in the dirt and blocked by Vincenti. And it's 3-1.
So Samsell in danger of walking the leadoff hitter, and that's always, or usually, a bad thing. That leadoff walk often comes around to score.
FPC is playing Yulee tonight. That is a grounder, slow roller. Giesbert over, flips over to first in time. And there's one away. And that'll bring up Sadie Shell, who has the first Bulldog hit of this game. A single back in the 3rd.
And that was a good piece of hitting into right field with the inside-out swing.
Sadie's brother Dalton was a wrestler and a baseball player here at FPC. We should ask Dad who's the favorite hitter, especially while he's recording. That one fouled off.
Like she was going to right field again there.
Just the idea is to get on base. Just trying here.
Bulldogs looking for a base runner here. Down only 1 run in the bottom of the 5th inning.
That one in the dirt.
Interesting.
1-1.
Interesting off-speed pitch there from Samsell.
Try to get me over pitch.
That might have been the slowest pitch all night we've seen from these pitchers.
Matanzas flag football, by the way, had a 7-0 loss at Menendez last night. It was the Jaguars game of the week. That's a base hit into the gap for Sadie Shell. She is going to dig for 2. She's going to get to second. It's a stand-up double. Knee brace and all for Sadie Shell. And the tying run is now in scoring position.
Yeah, that one was able to split the outfielders and go all the way to the wall, and Shell ends up at second base with the tying run for the Bulldogs.
And that'll bring up Alexis Hanna. See if she's going to pinch run for her here. Brooklyn Jimison seems confident in leaving her out there. Brooklyn Jimison in her 2nd year at FPC. 16-10 a year ago.
And back to the top of the order for the Bulldogs with Alexis Hanna, and she has a good approach for this situation. She's all the way at the top of the batter's box. She's looking to make contact.
She struck out twice, as that's a swing and a miss. She struck out twice, but she's seen 6 pitches in the first at bat and 5 in the second.
You just feel like she's due for a hit in this one. I like the approach.
Hanna trying to extend her hitting streak to 4 games. Shell is the runner at second on 0-1. That one upstairs, 1-1.
Big opportunity for the Bulldogs here to get this one tied in the bottom of the 5th inning.
There's the pitch. Throws the bat at the ball, but doesn't get it there. It's 1-2.
She's trying to bunt for a base hit that time. The ball was on the outside corner, so as she started to run, she ran away from the ball.
Sadie Shell, the runner at second on 1-2 with 1 out. Fouled back, 2-2.
Good job staying alive that time. Now she's in protect mode. And if you're Sam Sell, you take note of that and maybe a waste pitch here as you're ahead in the count 1-2.
There's the pitch. She does just that. Misses away. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And again, a good job from Hannah laying off that pitch and forcing this 2-2 pitch.
Sam Sell again goes outside. Hannah goes the other way, but Jordan Cruz has it played perfectly, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, and that's the game right there. She did everything right. Nice shot to the opposite field, but right at somebody. That's softball, Susan.
That's it. Kendall Searcy comes up. She struck out twice today.
Good job by the Pirate left fielder tracking that ball.
If Sam Sell were to finish the game, by the way, it would be a save situation because she would pitch 3 or more innings of relief. That one upstairs to Searcy, ball 1.
That one just missed. So now you have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for the Bulldogs. It's going to take a clutch 2-out hit to get this game tied here in the 5th.
Sadie Shell is that runner at second base. Sam Sell ready. That one right down the middle. 1-1. Jordan Cruz playing pretty close to the line in left field. That's hit the other way out of play.
Just late on that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here with 2 out.
So here's Sam Sell with an opportunity to get out of this one, strand that runner at second base, and keep the Pirates in the lead heading into the 6th inning.
That one
There is
off speed drops and blocked by Vincenti.
So far, the Bulldogs have not offered at that pitch.
I think it's safe to say Sadie Shell is not a threat to run at this point.
It is a nice change of pace pitch, though.
And that one upstairs, and now the count is full.
Not a coincidence. She went with the off-speed pitch and then the high cheese there. But it wasn't close enough to be tempting.
And if you throw that slow off-speed pitch, it could land in the, and you don't get it down, it could land in the bus depot. So you'd rather miss low with that off-speed pitch. That is grounded foul. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat.
Tying run at second base, full count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Sadie Shell is the runner at second. Kendall Searcy, excuse me, is the batter at the plate. Sam Sell, payoff pitch. She climbed the ladder and missed. Side retired, strikeout number 2 for Sam Sell. 5 innings complete. The Pirates continue to lead 2-1 on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel and the WNZF Sports Network.
Back here at FPC High School. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Shoreline Showdown Battle for Softball Bragging Rights in Flagler County. It is a thriller here tonight. The Matanzas Pirates lead the FPC Bulldogs 2-1 as we enter the top of the 6th inning.
9 straight hitters retired for Ashley Pigeon. She faces number 9, Juliet Fogel, to lead off the inning, followed by Alondra Vincenti and Mary Grace Seward.
And the Pirates looking for that insurance run. It's going to be tough, though. Ashley Pigeon has been amazing here tonight. And high heat misses to get us started here in the top of the 6th. Pigeon steps out of the circle, now back in. Trying to keep that game right there at 2-1. Give her Bulldogs a chance to get back in this one. She misses away. So first 2 out of the strike zone in the top of the 6th inning.
Tried to get her to chase there.
Fogel with a chance to really zone in on this one. Pigeon deals and misses. No, catches the inside corner. 2-1.
Fogel flew out to right in the second, struck out her last time up. One of 10 strikeouts today for Ashley Pigeon.
It'll be a 2-1 pitch. That one is fouled away as she chases the outside pitch.
So 2-2.
So now it's starting to cool down out here a little bit as the sun goes down. Beautiful evening for softball. Thank you so much for joining us on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the channel as that one is looped into center field and it drops in for a base hit. Juliet Fogel with a single to lead off the top of the 6th inning for the Pirates.
So for Fogel, she is now hitting .400 over her last 6 games. She has a hit in 5 of her last 6.
Vincenti steps in, showing bunt, and she is choked up way up on that bat.
You ever follow Super 70 Sports on Twitter?
No.
One of the phrases he uses he says that about a player on a baseball player, he's choking up more than Dick Vermeil watching Old Yeller.
That one is lined into right center field. It is way back there, and it's fielded at the warning track for the first out of the inning.
Changed the strategy there. Hard hit ball.
So she drove that one to the warning track.
Juliet has 5 stolen bases this year over at first, Juliet Fogel.
At first now with 1 away.
Mary Grace Seward 0 for 1 with a walk.
And she steps in with a runner at first. 1 out, 2-1 game, Pirates in the lead. And that one is low, 1-0.
Kind of reminiscent of last year's game where Matanzas jumped to an early lead, and then we saw Lexi Laura locked down for the last 6 innings to keep FPC in the game. Lexi now at Florida State College of Jacksonville.
1-0 pitch is fouled back here, 1-1. And while it's been a tough season for the Bulldogs so far, it would be sweet to win this one here tonight on the WNZF Sports Network, the Shoreline Showdown. Bulldogs would be able to say they have bragging rights in Flagler County.
It changes the whole trajectory of the season, in my opinion, if they pull it off.
Pigeon deals. That one is low. Checking first base as Fogel gets back. She got a little far off the base there on that one. I was thinking about it.
She has 5 stolen bases, but very good defensive catcher behind the plate in Mackenzie West.
That one is down the third base line and a foul ball, just foul down the line.
Sabrina Manhart is not happy about that, and I can see why. Umpire was a little late to turn his head.
And the call was late. There have been a lot of late calls here tonight, but
so
I do like the umpire's attitude, though. Always got a smile on his face. So that one just foul.
We know how I feel about football officials. I don't have the same feeling towards umpires,
All
with
right.
the exception of one.
Pigeon throws it right by her. Strike 3.
Strikeout number 11.
And that's the second out of the inning, so Fogel still standing at first base, now 2 away.
I was talking to one of the old catchers about the umpiring question, and I said to her, I said, Kylie, I said, is he the worst umpire in the conference? She says, yeah, by far.
That one is bunted at, and it's a foul ball.
Ooh. West started that throw towards first base, and I think Sadie Shell's heart stopped for a minute.
So Badia trying to get on with the bunt with 2 outs here.
Elena popped out to Pigeon her last time up on a bunt.
So it'll be an 0-1 pitch with 2 outs. Pigeon deals, misses away, and now going for second is Fogel. The throw in time. She's out at second base.
I tried to tell you.
And that will do it here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 runner left on. Nobody scores. The score remains 2-1. Pirates at the end of 5.5. You're watching Flagler County High School softball on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. Bottom of the 6th here at FPC High School. Bulldogs trail the Pirates 2-1.
Can't say we haven't seen that here before. Not at this particular venue.
The lights go out, and that might cause a delay here.
You know, probably a timer.
So
we've had that happen many times over at Sal Campanella Stadium.
So the Pirates
many times.
will get a little bit of a delay here as we wait for the lights to turn back on. Especially in this sport, you need light. You need to see that ball. It helps that the ball is a neon green color. Is that green or yellow? What would you call that, Mike? What color is that softball?
If it was a bottle of Gatorade, I'd call it green. And I call the softball yellow. And, my kids tell me all the time, it's not yellow, it's green. It's not green, it's yellow, but I don't know.
It's very confusing.
I mean, I got the bottle right here. Well, maybe I do. No, I think I left it. Oh, here it is. What color is this, Rich? We got some time. Is that yellow or green?
I don't know.
Oh, now you're afraid to answer. Come on, Rich. Step into the pocket.
I would say lime green.
Thank you.
Lime green.
Thank you.
That's what I would say.
Maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe because we're from New York.
Yeah.
We think it's green.
That's definitely
and my
what
Floridian
it is.
kids think my Floridian kids think it's yellow.
So if you see the Empire State Building turn that color, what would you say? Maybe you just say that's, you know what you say? That is what I call Gatorade green. That's what it is. It's Gatorade green. So as the Pirates stand by the circle here, awaiting the lights to turn back on here at FPC.
So let's talk a little more about the big news of the day with Russell Wilson signing with the Giants. Does that mean that Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh's a done deal?
Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh, probably a done deal because they do need a quarterback. And where else are they going to go for one? So it makes sense to me that that's going to happen. Although, if it's up to Aaron Rodgers, he's going to wait another couple of months before he gives you an answer.
Oh,
So
yeah, for sure.
He'll keep that franchise hanging in the wind there until the very last second, until he says, well, you know what, I do want to play. And we got to get that trade to get Devontae Adams over, although he just – where did he sign? He signed with the Raiders, right? Seattle. Seattle, that's where he went. But, you know, they'll have to make that deal in a couple weeks in, get Devontae over. You know, and who's the other? You got to get Hackett in there, right?
Oh, God.
They got to get Hackett in there. So
They just signed a receiver. Who did they sign?
the Steelers?
Yeah.
I missed it. I didn't see.
Let me
who they
go
signed.
see here.
It's hey,
Was it
Aaron
the
Rodgers.
guy from the Steelers? No, the guy from the Seahawks. Why can't I think of his name right now? I know why, but
Geno Smith.
no, not him. DK Metcalf.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they
Yeah.
got him. Okay.
So I have Metcalf and Pickens to throw to there.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think that's at least equal to Wilson and Devontae
One thing,
Adams.
it's an interesting signing for the Steelers. They had a good season with Wilson and with the Jets quarterback. I forget his name already. I'm drawing a blank on my new quarterback.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, that's right. You know,
the
Justin Fields
one-time Bulldog.
went 4-2 with the Steelers, and then Russell Wilson makes the playoffs with the Steelers. So they had a good season. You know, they're always competing with Tomlin. So if they get an Aaron Rodgers in there for a season, it could be an interesting season for them, because you don't want to forget that Aaron Rodgers did have a pretty good season statistically last year.
You know, when I started, the more I got away from it, the more I thought that. Hold on, we're getting a lighting update from our producer Sharon Carroll.
No, so they're going to try to I guess mess with the breaker now and see if it gets the lights back on. But there's no guarantees that this game is going to continue.
Well, you got a set of jumper cables in the car?
You know what? I don't. It's not 1997, Mike. You know it's.
I'm glad my father is on vacation and not listening, and I'm glad my father-in-law is not listening, because his heart would stop. I don't have him either, and I should, because I do have an older vehicle. It's not a midlife crisis car.
With some of the
maybe it is.
Oh, the caddy you're driving around.
Yeah, just my old bucket.
Yeah, a lot of the new cars, I don't even know where you would put the jumper cables.
You know where it was? I had a Buick Lucerne, a fairly new car. So I don't know. It was 2011. This is a few years back. And you know where it was? It was under the back seat. So the back seat, you took out. It was like one big piece, the whole back seat, and it was bucket seats in the back seat, but it was all one piece, and you pulled it out.
That's pretty interesting.
And it was underneath there to jump the car.
Oh, what a shame this is. It was such an entertaining game here. It's 2-1 we're in the bottom of the sixth inning, and the lights just went out here as the sun went down. So
I may step over and take a peek at the flag football game real quick.
Mike is leaving.
It wouldn't be the first time. You know, hey, there's sports to be reported on.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, they don't report on themselves. Believe me, I've tried. You know, it's like pulling teeth sometimes, but you know.
So we'll see what the result is here. But right now, no action because the lights have gone out at FPC as they trail the Pirates 2-1 in the sixth inning. It was a dramatic game with the
Everybody
great pitching.
pull their headlights up to the outfield wall, and we'll do it that way.
Yeah. You know what? Why not? That's a pretty good idea. that might work. But you saw great pitching here tonight, Mike, from both teams. Two great performances from the starters, and Sam Sell coming in relief as well, doing a good job for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the pitchers combined for a total of 22 strikeouts.
So far, Ashley Pigeon's gone all the way.
9 for Leah Stevens, 11 for Pigeon, who whose only base runner allowed in the last 9 batters was a single, or 12 batters was a single to Juliet Fogel, and then Mackenzie West took care of that batter, so she's retired 11 of her last 12.
Oh, boy. Well, not sure if we're going to get a conclusion to this one.
Stay optimistic.
I think we will, Mike. I think we will.
Stay
I think the lights will turn on any second now.
And you know, well, let's see. Here comes Coach Brooklyn Jimison. There's a lot going on here tonight. Like I said, there's weightlifting districts in the gym. Dwayne Hagstrom's weightlifting team had a great run this year and looks to continue it into districts and regionals and then the states over the next month or so. Flag football trying to get their 3rd win of the year against Yulee. And then here,
well,
we have a thriller.
We have a thriller that we hope to get back to. No lights right now. There is a delay on the FPC Matanzas softball game.
You know, in the thriller video, the moon, it gets dark and then the moon comes out and then Michael Jackson turned into a monster.
We hope to.
I hope we're not going to see the zombies on the field.
That would be, well, we seem pretty protected here, so it'd be a cool thing to film. But
what are you talking about? We're trapped like rats.
That's true. That's true. I feel like we're protected a little bit, but yeah, we would be in a tough spot. Well, it's 2-1 here in the 6th inning. Thank you so much for joining us on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. We hope to bring you a conclusion to this one. Again, if you have not subscribed to the Flagler Radio YouTube channel, please subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers to show the power of local sports. Matanzas leads 2-1. We're in a light delay here. As soon as we know what's coming back, we will let you know. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Hopefully, we will bring you a conclusion to this one soon. WNZF Sports Network here at FPC High School. We have a light delay in the 6th inning as the Bulldogs trail the Pirates 2-1. Still holding out hope here that we will get a conclusion to this one tonight. They have some electricians coming out to the field right now. They hope to have the problem resolved within the next 20 minutes. If the problem is not resolved within the next 20 minutes, they will reschedule to play out the end of this game. So right now here at FPC High School, there is still hope that we'll get a conclusion here tonight. The electricians are on their way, and I've been told that we should know within the next 20 minutes if they'll be able to finish this game here tonight. Again, we're in a lighting delay. All the lights went out here at the new softball field, and it is a little odd because the lights are on everywhere else at this facility except for on the softball field. So again, within the next 20 minutes, we should know if there will be a conclusion to this game. Right now, we are in the 6th inning, and the Bulldogs trail the Pirates 2-1. I will be back with an update as soon as I can on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. Thank you. Back here at FPC High School. Yes, we are still here. Broadcast still going strong. A lighting delay as lights were out here at the new softball facility at FPC High School. We got half of them going, Mike. It looks like we might have a conclusion to this game.
Approximately about an hour delay. I think it happened around 7:45, 7:50.
Oh, it looks like we're getting an update right in front of us.
But we got the 2 lights on now. From my understanding, per FHSAA guidelines.
You only need 2 lights?
No.
Oh.
I wish. I think they just called it. Or what is he saying? Because if the lights, my understanding is by rule, if they can't restart by 9 p.m., they would call the game. Oh, so they have to actually go up into the tower.
Oh, a little false hope there as one side of the field, the lights went on.
Oh, boy.
So what is the conclusion here? That's what I'd like to know.
I will go find that out, but I know that one school probably would want to have a forfeit and the other would like to replay. You can probably
Let's see if we'll keep it right here. We only got half of the lights running, so that is it. I don't know what the official conclusion of this will be. Mike is going to try to find out right now if we can find out if the game is forfeited by FPC High School. They'll lose 2-1. It was an official game in the 4th inning. This is a 7-inning game, so after the 4th inning, it's an official game. Pirates lead 2-1. They were leading 2-1 when the lights went out here at the new softball facility, which is a beautiful facility, by the way. It was an entertaining game, and Bulldogs were there every step of the way. They were the underdogs in this game. They were coming in at 1-8. The Pirates were 8-1. They're having a great season. So there was a chance for an upset here, a chance for late inning drama. Unfortunately, the lights went out on that, and there will be no more softball here tonight. We're trying to figure out right now. Mike's trying to find out what the story is. I see him walking around talking to some officials over there, some FPC officials. As soon as I know, I will let you know. By the way, thank you so much for sticking with us here tonight on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. We appreciate you. I wish I could bring you a conclusion to what was a really great and fun game here tonight. Unfortunately, the lights did not cooperate. But again, thank you for joining us here for the Shoreline Showdown, FPC Matanzas battle for softball bragging rights in Flagler County. Right now, I'm not sure if this is a final score of 2-1, Matanzas over FPC. There is a possibility that FPC will have to forfeit this game. However, also a possibility that they reschedule the final couple of innings. So we'll see what the final decision is there. We got Mike Licio coming back, see if he has an answer for us, and we can put a bow on this one.
So as of this moment, the plan is to try and reschedule to conclude the game. So there's 2 innings left in the game, or an inning and a half, I believe. And the plan is, according to Scott Drabzik, is to replay the game, or not replay, but pick up the game where it left off.
Okay, so.
Ma'am? Yes, I took a picture. I do not. Which would be important to have if they have to replay the game, I guess, to have a copy of the lineup. So.
Right. So, all right, so the game not officially done yet, but it will not end tonight.
That is correct, so.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just to give everybody an update.
Oh,
so
here's
we
the
are going to go
official
ahead and
update.
postpone tonight due to not being able to get the other 2 sets of light poles on. We are going to work with their athletic director tomorrow to figure out a resolution to finishing the game tonight. So we are going to postpone tonight, and we will have more information on the reschedule tomorrow morning. We're sorry, everybody.
And there you go. That will do it. So as of right now, it was the bottom of the 6th, right, Mike?
Yeah, we're going into the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, and it's a 2-1 game.
Yes,
Matanzas leads.
They lead 2-1 thanks to a 2-run double by Ashley Samsell. Both pitchers, all 3 pitchers have been pitching brilliant. 1 tough inning for all 3. So
we'll see if they get.
I take it back. 1 tough inning. I guess Leah Stevens did have runners on base, so that's a tough inning for her when she allows any base runners. But
now it is Tuesday. Can't predict these things, but do you think it's possible for them to finish this game this week, or is this?
I would think it's more likely going to be next week or later, but I don't know that. shameless plug, tune into the Friday Sports. Hopefully have an answer for you by then. I know when they had to cancel the Matanzas FPC flag football game, it did take a couple days to get a date for that. You know, they've got to work with both team schedules. They've got to get umpires scheduled. So there's some more mechanics than just showing up and playing a game, of course.
That's right. So definitely tune in to the WNZF Sports Report Friday morning from 6 to 9. Hear Mike's update on that. And, of course, the Rich and Mike Sports Show Saturday morning at 7:30. And please subscribe to the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we appreciate your support. One final time. Not final, as the game is postponed here in the 6th inning. 2-1, the Pirates lead. For Mike Licio and producer Sharon Carroll, I'm Rich Carroll. Have a great night, Flagler County.